Hi there and welcome to my game review for Verdun. In this review I will explain what this game is, what to expect, and if it is a game I recommend to you. Now onto the review. What is Verdun? Verdun is a first person shooter that is set during the campaign of the Western Front in Europe during the First World War. Verdun is a multiplayer only game that has a generally low population in the game. Generally there are 180 people playing at any one time, although on the weekends there is more people playing, but it doesn't have more than 250 on the game, generally speaking. Whilst this game has a small player base, I think that Verdun is still a fun game, although whilst it seems bad that this game does have a small player base, on the other hand, in a sense, it is a good thing. The first good thing is that there are fewer idiots which play on the game. Secondly, there is a focus on actually playing the game cooperatively in order to succeed. Content-wise, there is a decent selection of maps to play on, with 4 different game modes to play upon. Firstly, you have Frontlines mode, in which you defend a trench from enemy players and attack an enemy trench. This is the most played upon game style, and most games with active players play on this mode. Secondly, you have Attrition, which is basically a team deathmatch mode with limited respawns for each team. This mode is okay, it does what it says on the tin, but hardly anyone plays on this mode. One thing I do like about this mode is that you get to choose a primary and secondary weapon and customise it with attachments, creating your own loadout. Thirdly, there is a rifle based deathmatch mode, which is a deathmatch mode where everyone has a bolt action rifle. Lastly, there is squad defence, in which up to 4 players are in a squad of their choosing. Then the squad must defend themselves from waves of AI enemies until they fail to do so or quit the game. I like how there is individual units and factions of soldiers that fought in the battlefield of Verdun, each with their own purposes such as scouts, machine gunners and more, with each unit and squad member having intended playstyles and unique items to use based upon their classes. There is even being given what equipment they had at a specific year of the war, depending how far you get in game. On Frontlines mode this is ingrained even more, as the game also provides 3 different loadout options. Each loadout is designed with a different purpose. Take the Fusilier class as an example of this. The first loadout that you have is a Labelle, which is a bolt action rifle. This rifle has an 8-round magazine, a bayonet. You also get a grenade too. This loadout is good for general purpose use. However, the only real advantage of this loadout is a grenade if you're attacking. The second loadout is a Fusil RSC, which is a 5-round semi-automatic rifle with a bayonet. The best part of this loadout is a rifle, as it has a superior fire rate to the other rifles. Consequently, you get nothing else with this loadout. The last loadout is a Labelle that has been fitted with a scope. This loadout is the best for long range scouting and picking targets off from a distance. Outside of long range combat, this loadout is poor and has little use, since the other loadouts give you an edge during close and mid range combat. Unlike other games of this genre, this is a realism based game. This means that it is slightly more realistic than other games in the genre. One of the many mechanics of realism that directly affects players is the effect of weapon ranges and bullet gravity, which is a factor when firing weapons. In this game, teamwork plays a bigger part, such as you cannot complete objectives without other players, but Verdun isn't as realistic as other games. However, with regards to the game mechanics that tries to make the game more realistic, I don't like how you are only allowed to use the equipment you are given when you spawn. This is limiting for many reasons, mainly because you cannot pick up weapons and ammo from the ground, even if a weapon is chambered in the same ammo type. But this is a problem with some classes that have no backup weapon. One primary example is the sniper, which only has 100 rounds to fire. After the sniper has no ammo, the sniper is then a sitting duck, since a sniper doesn't have any means to find more ammo. Neither is there another weapon for them to use. Whilst you can argue that a melee option on their rifle is available for them to use, it is pointless for a sniper to act like a raider style class when your role's purpose is to take out targets from a distance. Each game of Verdun varies over time based upon who and what server you're playing on. Some games are longer than others based on the goals set, such as one side running out of tickets to respawn. Alternatively, the game ends if time runs out, or if one side takes every objective. Lengthwise, each game can last for up to 35 minutes, but if you aim on obtaining every single achievement, it will take you a long time, mainly because there is plenty of grinding involved, particularly to get some of the experience-based achievements. To add to this, there is the difficulty finding people who regularly play the game, since in order to complete some of the multiplayer achievements, you need to play with the same people for a decent length of time. Generally, I wouldn't recommend this game purely due to the fact that it has a limited player base. Furthermore, the game provides little in the method of playing with AI, but if this game is on sale, then it might be worth looking at, especially if you have friends to play alongside.